getting back in touch with some of the folks who run winged supers, as next thing you know, they're going to be racing. And, of course, ISMA and MSS together under the same banner. They were at the show this past weekend in Syracuse. Nice to see these winged Supermodifieds. I still remember first time I saw them, it's like, man, this is one of the coolest race cars I have ever seen. Mike was 9th in points last year with ISMA, ran 5 out of the 8 shows. 17th with MSS, got 2 starts there. He's 35 years old. So let's head up to Ontario, Canada. Interkip is where Mike Lichty is. He joins us now. Mike, how we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Off season, everybody's happy, healthy, all that stuff?
Yeah, we're all good. We're just gearing up, getting ready for the season to begin. And when you look at it, we're actually middle of March now, and before not too long, the season will be here. So yeah, we gotta get things rocking and rolling and get ready here. We always procrastinate during the winter and say, we got another 4 or 5 months here and whatnot, but it's right around the corner now. So
it sure is. Mike has 2 cars. One he uses on the bigger tracks, one that primarily goes to the short tracks. How do those cars look today?
The one we primarily run on the bigger tracks, like at Oswego, Jennerstown, place like that. Very good. We're just waiting for a motor to get freshened up from Dennis level, and once we receive that, we can put that in, and basically that car is ready to be scaled and ready to go. And then the short track car, which is originally an extreme car from Paul Koloka, we made some changes on it this year. I ended up actually cutting the back of the chassis off, cage back, and making some adjustments with that, and we're getting fairly close with that, so hopefully it won't be too long, probably another month or so on that, and then I'd like to actually get that to a place here and do some testing with that before the first race, which will be Lorraine for that car.
Gotcha. You're not the first person to tell me that I'm not going to mention any names, obviously, but I've heard other people tell me that. By cutting it behind the cage, what are you hoping that the car will do better?
We just changed. I found that car primarily biggest issues with that. It was flexing in that area and whatnot. So we basically put a rear clip on it to stiffen the chassis up and a couple other minor things.
Do we have to make those clips ourselves, or are they available?
No, unfortunately, that is all home built stuff.
Okay.
So we're not in the leisure of calling Bicknell or looking in a catalog like a sprint car or something, or taking to somebody where they can put a clip on. So no, that's all done in-house by ourselves. And
that's one of the things really that I enjoy about these Supermodifieds is the fabrication, the craftsmanship. Because like he said, if you want to do that to Bicknell, they got it. I mean, you buy something, they even give you bolts that are ready to go. You guys are still going to the hardware store, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the things I think that why you don't see as many cars
I agree.
in the class that you do, because, for an example, you can't open up a catalog and order something and have it the next day, I mean, we probably got, I would say realistically, probably a good, 60, 70 hours alone just on the rear end of the car and whatnot, and that's not full time, right? So you work a full time job, and then you come home and you spend 3-4 hours a night on it, and so it's it makes it tough, but in the grand scheme of things, they're one cool race car to drive, and we all enjoy it, I think.
By the way, the picture you're looking at, that's one of Jim Feeney's. That was from his 3rd King of Wings title at Oswego Speedway back on July 31st, 2021. Of course, ISMA and MSS are together this year. Thoughts?
I think it's a very good thing for Supermodifieds in general. It definitely can't hurt the series, and both series in saying that. Our biggest thing that we've been battling with the last couple of years is, and not even the last couple of years, I would say probably the last 8 years, is car count, right? So I think with us combining both series together, only one can hope that it's a benefit for both clubs and everybody, not only the car owners, the drivers, but primarily the fans get to experience a better race.
I agree. First race, by the way, is Jennerstown, Pennsylvania. That is the season opener. They got a 6-division show, and that's going to be on Saturday, May 13th. Will you follow the whole series?
As of now, yes. It looks like we will run the whole series. Yes.
How about that mini series at Oswego with the 2 non-winged shows and then the 3 winged shows?
We're going to focus on the 2 wing shows. We've never really put a car together to run the non-wing stuff.
Really?
I've been fortunate enough to have the opportunity to run for John Nicocher and Otto Sitterly in the past. And obviously, with their record and whatnot, they are one of the best at Oswego and whatnot. But for our cars ourselves, at this point, no. We have no plans of putting a tail wing on and running the other 2 shows.
Is it the tail wing? Because and again, I don't know a lot of this stuff, so I'm learning from you guys on the fly here. Did years ago people just throw a wing on and go? Is it more specific now, because I notice a lot of the wing guys don't do the tail wing shows.
They did back in the day. I mean, aero is so key nowadays, and that not only for the Oswego cars, but the ISMA cars in saying that. And it's just not as easy as, hey, throw a different spring package in it and throw a different body package on it, and you can be competitive. Oswego's kind of a different animal on the non-wing stuff. I mean, you look at the times, and your top 10 guys are, or maybe 8 guys or whatever it may be, but the times are very, very close. So you're talking half a tenth, a tenth here. You know, there's a lot more forgiveness with a top wing, like an ISMA or an MSS car, opposed from in a Oswego car, right? And in saying that, so basically you're designing the car around that aero package at Oswego, right? Mm-hmm. And our cars are designed around our top wing.
Okay.
So it's difficult to sit there and say, hey, we're going to throw a tail wing on and go out there and run. And people have been competitive. I mean, look at last year with Mike McVetta. I mean, he ran top 5 primarily the whole race. Ben Seitz with Vic Miller, right? So is it doable? 100% it's doable. It's just the whole time factor, too, of, focusing on the top wing and then trying to get ready for stuff like that. So at this point, we're probably not going to run the 2 races, but never say never.
Yeah, exactly. Don't carve that in stone, so who knows, somewhere else down the road. As you look at this schedule, which is your favorite, and which is the track out of all of them? Jennerstown, Oswego, Lorraine, Berlin, Sandusky, of course, Evans Mills. That'll be a new one this year. Is there one track you tend to do better at?
They're all great tracks. Love Oswego. Have a lot of success out of Oswego. Jennerstown, really enjoy that. We've had success there too. Primarily Sandusky Speedway. That is one race that I've probably ran second in the high miler. I would say 5 or 6 times, something like that.
Wow,
never.
That many. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and led a lot of laps and.
So we want that one.
Whether it's like mechanical issues or whatever it may be, but that is the one I want. Yes.
Yeah, great weekend too. So, so what's the next thing we need to do when we go out to the garage? Are you going tonight? By the way, it's almost 7:00 on Thursday night.
It is. Yeah. Usually I get over there somewhere around in between 8 and 9 and try to get a couple hours a night in. But yes, tonight I will be heading over there and. Gonna continue to work on the Extreme car there that we had the back end of the car, put the brand new clip on. Just got to finish up welding some things on that and basically disassemble it, send it out for blast and paint, and then reassemble.
Very good. Sounds like things are going well. Mike, I can't wait.
Which isn't going to happen tonight.
No. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling. So we only got a couple seconds left. Mike, I want to wish you all the best. Thank you. I screwed up my plans today. I thought I was calling Mike at a different time, and it wasn't what I had written down, so my apologies on that. But can't wait to see you soon, and I hope things go well for you. Thank you.
Awesome. Appreciate the time.
Hit the subscriptions, hit the likes, turn all the notifications on, and all that good stuff. We'll have another driver for the ISMA MSS series up for you next week.